Subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon and never miss an update from Latestly.
Free food grain supply to all migrants for the next 2 months. How is this? You're aware, we had already announced that for the public distribution system based, card based people who get their regular quota of rice or wheat and in their residences, we had added free 5 kgs for them, either of rice or wheat, and also said 5 kgs per individual, but per card 1 kg of pulse was announced earlier, and that additional 5 per month kg of wheat or rice was being given free. That was made clear. Now what we are saying is that continues, that remains intact. But for those who are non-card holders, meaning they are neither under the National Food Security Act, nor are they holders of any state level cards, for them they shall be given 5 kgs per person of wheat or rice, or 1 kg of chana, so that is for per family. And if the person is remaining without card, he can also get it. We are engaging with the state governments to make sure that they know where these migrants are, they can approach them and give them, because most of these migrants who have no cards are staying in those camps which are being run either by the government or by the NGOs, and therefore, based on a rough assessment which is being given to us by all the state governments, we think there are about 8 crore migrants for whom benefit will reach through this free food grain supply. The central government will take the cost and they will not be charged. 3,500 crores will be spent on this intervention within the next 2 months. So I know migrants are also moving out, either they're going back, very few are coming back. Irrespective, we are saying for the next 2 months, they shall get free rice or wheat and also 1 kg per card per family. Without card also, you can get your rice, wheat or wheat or chana. So this will reach through the state governments. State governments will be implementing agencies. They will identify the migrants. They will take care of the full distribution and they will provide the details. The initial assessment is what I've told you. The numbers may change depending on how the state governments are going to. We've made provision for this many. That's exactly what I want to convey. This is one classic example for that, where in order to benefit migrant workers, we are coming up with a national portability of the cards, which is public distribution ration cards can be used in any ration card, any ration shop in any part of the country as you move along. So if there is a ration card holder, today he's in Bihar or Karnataka, tomorrow he moves to Rajasthan, he can take his food ration from any ration shop in that state. So national portability, which is now being defined as one nation, one ration card. One nation, one ration card will be implemented, and by August 2020, which is another 3 months, within 3 months, 67 crore beneficiaries in 23 states, which means the 67 crore beneficiary is 83% of all the PDS population that we are talking about. 83% of all the PDS population will get covered by this one nation, one ration card. And we assure 100% coverage of national portability of these cards by March 2021. 83% is already done. So all the states and union territories will complete full FPS automation by March 2021. The last step for the migrant workers, we spoke about their food, their ration, portability of their ration. Now I'm talking about affordable rental accommodation for the migrant workers or the urban poor. Government has plans to launch, and very quickly it shall launch under the PM Awas Yojana for the migrant labor and urban poor, a particular scheme of affordable rental housing scheme, whereby we have three different ways in which we want to achieve it. We are asking incentivizing manufacturing units, industries, institutions and associations to, on their private land, build and develop affordable rental housing complexes. And we are also converting a lot of government funded housings in major cities which are remaining vacant into affordable rental housing accommodation. They can become affordable rental housing complexes, and this shall be done on a PPP mode through concessionaire agreements, through which they can invest somewhat some money to keep it up and also somewhat some money to make it ready, and then derive the rental, like the way the roads have, the toll little collections. Similarly, here they can collect small amount of rent and make some arrangement. Incentivizing also state governments to do the same. Central government organizations will also undertake in similar lines. The detailed guidelines will come from the ministry sooner. So urban migrants, urban poor now can look forward to having at least some basic rental accommodation for themselves. The next step is towards street vendors, for whom we are giving a special credit facility for about 5,000 crores of rupees. This is going to be because most of their livelihood has been adversely affected. Street vendors have not been allowed to do anything during the lockdown, and therefore within a month the government will launch the special scheme which will facilitate easy access to credit for all the street vendors. And when I say all the street vendors, there are 50 lakh street vendors as per one estimation which comes from all the state governments. 50 lakh street vendors will be able to avail of the 5,000 crore special credit facility, through which once the lockdown is lifted, they can start their business back, they can buy their products to sell and so on. So 50 lakh street vendors will be taken care of. We are giving an initial working capital of up to 10,000 rupees. And for this, we expect a liquidity provision of 5,000 crores will be made by the government. We wish to give the middle income group, and that too the lowest strata of the middle income group, who get only 6 lakhs to 18 lakhs annual income. So they are probably above poverty line, all right, and slightly over that, but clearly the middle class, the lowest rung of middle class, who are up to 6 to 18 lakhs only annual income wise. For them, there is a credit-linked subsidy scheme which was introduced by Government of India in May 2017. This was operationalized from 17, but it was extended only up to 31st March 2020. This scheme benefits a lot of people who want to have simple, affordable houses. So this scheme, which is credit-linked subsidy scheme, is being extended up to March 2021. Government will extend this scheme, and we think over and above over 3.3 lakh crores of 3.3 lakh families which benefited till now, 3.3 lakh families which benefited till now, will now additionally have another 2.5 lakh middle income families which will join in by this 1 year extension that we are offering. That scheme, which started in 2017, was to end in March 2020. We are extending it by 1 more year till March 2021, and we think in this 1 year another 2.5 lakh people will benefit from this, so that they can have affordable houses for themselves under this particular scheme, credit linked subsidy scheme. By doing this, we think we'll immediately be able to spur jobs creation. Immediately, the demand for steel, cement, and also transportation, heavy duty transportation, will all improve. And construction materials will also come to be demanded. And therefore, this will have immediate impact on the demand side of the